It's officially a new era in Parliament. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his cabinet begin work on the Hill today. It was a deal 5 years in the making. The details for the Trans-Pacific Partnership were finally released today.
John, 31 years old. I'm from Windsor, Ontario.
A Canadian soldier has reportedly been killed by a suicide bomber in Syria.
Deal with this threat, for the next 10, 20 years.
Hi, and welcome to Humber News. I'm Andy Redding, coming to you from our newsroom here at Humber College North Campus. There is new blood in Ottawa, and the fresh faces of Trudeau's cabinet have wasted no time getting down to business. First-time Minister Navdeep Bains announced earlier today that the Liberal government's first order is to bring back the census. The long-form survey was cancelled under Harper's Conservatives back in 2011. Bains was appointed as Minister of Innovation, Science and Economic Development. He says the reinstatement of the census marks the return of high-quality data. Elsewhere on the Hill, the Conservative caucus will gather today to elect a new interim leader. Outgoing Prime Minister Stephen Harper stepped down after the party fell to a Liberal majority in last month's election. 8 MPs have entered the race to lead the party. Ontario has the most candidates of any province, with 3 former cabinet ministers on the ballot. The Prairies are also well represented, including high-profile member Rona Ambrose from Alberta. In an unusual move, 2 MPs, Alberta's Michelle Rempel and Quebec's Danae Lebel, are making a joint bid for the top spot. The caucus meeting is expected to last up to 5 hours. And the wait is over. Details of the Trans-Pacific Partnership have been released today. The full text includes a packed focus on freeing up 40% of the world's economy. TPP will provide duty-free trade on most goods and reduce tariffs on others. The deal has come with its fair share of criticism about its lack of transparency. But the agreement reveals that Canada has retained the ability to restrict foreign investment in key Canadian companies. Elsewhere in Ontario, utility giant Hydro One debuts on the Toronto Stock Exchange today. This is one of the largest initial public offerings in Canadian history. The Ontario government is planning to sell more than 13% of its stake in the company, generating more than $1.6 billion to fund various projects. 81 million shares will be sold at $20.50 each. Ontario's finance minister says there are more advance orders for shares than are available. Experts say privatization could lead to higher hydro and electricity prices. Overseas now, a Canadian soldier has been killed by a suicide bomber from the militant group ISIS.
After this war, maybe once we defeat ISIS, maybe we don't have to deal with this threat, for the next 10, 20 years.
John Robert Gallagher, a Windsor area native, died fighting alongside Syrian Democratic Forces. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights confirmed Gallagher's death. Gallagher raised money in order to travel to the Middle East and join the fight against ISIS. A Facebook post on Gallagher's account, made by a woman who says she was Gallagher's mother, says her son strongly believed in human rights. Also overseas, at least 2 people are dead after 2 civilian areas of Syria have been struck by Russian airstrikes. The first attacks happened overnight on Tuesday in the small civilian town of Khan Shaykhun. Syrian troops have attempted to reclaim control of Aleppo from the rebels located in the east. The Syrian army has regained control of a major road southeast of the city, which was home to 2 million people before the attacks. Rescue efforts have found more people in the rubble after a factory collapsed in Pakistan last night. At least 21 bodies have now been recovered. More than 100 survivors have been rescued from the debris, but officials estimate at least 150 people had been in the building at the time of the collapse. The factory was located near the city of Lahore. The building was undergoing construction at the time, but it is unclear what caused the building to give in. This is the region's latest tragedy to spotlight the poor safety standards in the construction industry. Back at Humber, the biggest and brightest Indian festival has officially begun, and Humber College is getting a taste. Our reporter, Dominic Loskievo, has the story.
Diwali, commonly known as the Festival of Lights, signifies the victory of good over evil. It is celebrated over a 5-day period with firework displays and feasts leading up to the official day. Students and staff had a chance to experience the food and festivities right here at Humber.
We are celebrating Diwali here, so just to welcome the international students and plus our community, everyone. People who are international students, they are way far from their families, so we just want to give them a warm welcome.
Humber gave the full Diwali experience with a colorful art display known as a Rangoli, which acted as a sacred and welcoming area for Hindu deities. Students could also get a full Indian meal to experience the food and flavors of the festival. Humber's food service director, Gobi Prumal, says it's a way to bring multicultural communities together.
most of the staff over here, they're from India, right? So it's a big celebration back in India and also in Malaysia too. It's Diwali, but there's two different ways we celebrate.
Diwali is centered on the new moon during fall's darkest night, where the sky is lit with fireworks and lanterns. Diwali will fall on November 11th this year. This is Humber's third year celebrating the Diwali festival, and it only gets bigger, better, and a lot more busier every year. Dominic Loscavo, Humber News.
When we come back, we'll tell you what's happening in the world of sports, and Greg Chow will have your 3-day weather forecast.
Can you feel that? The nice 13-degree wind bristling through your beard? I can't. Good news is we'll be experiencing some summer-esque weather for the rest of the week. Your 3-day forecast is up next.
But for now, we'll leave you with this. Watch out, Ed McMahon. A Thai elephant is giving the funny man a run for his money.
Okay.
Tamar, a giant elephant, delivered a giant check to the Thai ambassador in Israel. The $1,500 donation comes from the Jerusalem Biblical Zoo and will go towards a hospital in Thailand. The CEO of the zoo says the contribution comes from Israeli children who have donated to the animals over the years.